Okay, so this is kind of an experiment for me. So I just picked up the Kovea LPG adapter, and basically what it does is it allows me to take a stove that runs off a Lindo valve, which is what these MSR IsoPro containers have. This is a Lindo valve, and it allows me to take a Coleman fuel canister, or sometimes butane canisters come like this. So I can screw this onto here and be able to use a Lindo valve and power like a camping stove. So this is an MSR Whisper Light. So let's give it a try. I've never actually used this, never even opened it. So here we go. So this is the adapter itself. You can see there's an adjustment knob here. I'm just going to leave it on the setting. Supposedly it comes set to low. And suppose it's also self-sealing, so once I attach it to the Coleman fuel, it shouldn't really leak anything out. Okay, that was pretty good. I didn't hear any hissing or anything like that. Nice firm grip. It's on there nice and tight. So the next thing I'm going to want to do, I'm going to hook this up to my Whisper Light. Okay, so I'm having a problem with this. Turns out the little prong in here isn't long enough to puncture the release valve in there. So I'm going to have to go figure out how I'm going to fix this. So what I did is made a very tiny, I don't know if you can see that, it's a little piece of aluminum foil, and I just folded it up. The problem I was having was this wasn't getting depressed. There's a little, almost looks like a little screw in there, and it has to get depressed in order for it to release the gas. So okay, make sure that's in there. Alright, so I've been working on this for a while. It's taken me a little while to figure this out. What I've been doing is I'm taking aluminum foil, little strips like this, crumpling it up, and then wedging it in here. And I think I have enough in there to actually be able to depress the valve in there, because apparently this is a lot shorter and doesn't actually strike. Whoops, my tinfoil just fell out. Put that back in. I think I got 3 pieces in there. So let's give it a try. Alright, there we go. I'm just checking to see if it's leaking. I don't hear it against my ear. Okay. So, let's give it a try. Alright. So after playing around with this and doing some research online, I've figured out that these propane tanks work the best if you have them standing upright rather than on their side or upside down. And the reason behind that is because when you have it on its side or upside down, you're sucking up the liquid propane, which causes a massive flame, as you can see, and it causes it to flare up as the propane starts to vaporize from a liquid into a gas, which is why you can get some dangerous flare-ups. Another thing that you also notice is that when I did turn the fuel down, that it took several seconds for it to burn out. The reason behind that is the Whisperlight stove stores pressurized fuel in the hose going to the stove itself. So once you turn it off, it takes a few seconds for that to eventually bleed out and die out. One thing I just want to mention is that, check this out, not even hooked up to anything, but I don't know if you heard that, but I just turned the valve open and you can hear the gas coming out. So if you run it, make sure you turn it off and then you bleed it out.